Hey guys, I'm in the bathroom taking a crap, and you guys know that I do my best TA while I'm in the bathroom because I got plenty of time, right? So I figured, somebody asked about Square. I don't really trade Square too much. I do like them long term as a company. I haven't really done any swing trades on them or options, but I figured I'd help you guys out at least with the charts, right? And just kind of get you guys like a basic direction of where I think Square's headed. Although I do think Square is headed up. I do think Square is doing an amazing job. I do think they're going to compete with PayPal long term, and I do think potentially Square is going to outbeat PayPal, and they're going to be basically the number one, right? I like Square a lot, but I figured I'd take this chance to actually teach you guys how to do some TA. I use Confluence, and I figured I might as well just get you guys started on this, right? So let's get started. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you guys know that I like to trade Confluence, which is basically kind of like it's not really like Confluence, but it's a customized version of Confluence. You guys can actually go to YouTube and type in Confluence 2.0. QBanks has a really good tutorial on how to trade Confluence, and but his goes a little bit more in depth. Mine is a little bit more simple and customized. He trades Confluence on Forex, and I kind of brought it over to stocks. And I trade Confluence in stocks, and I basically just do swing trades, right? The major thing that you need to do, the most important thing is your price ranges or your support and resistance lines, right? How I would best explain it is, you guys can see this little dot, right? This little dot that's like on the screen. Look at the line that goes across from left to right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start creating support zones, or actually more like price ranges or price lines, on all of the wicks. So you don't do it on candles, you do it on wicks, on every single wick. So here, you guys can see that there's one right here, wick, 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 right? So kind of think of it as common sense of like, where there is actually like a price zone where, a lot of wicks actually touch, or a lot of wicks got created. So right there, you can see that one of them was actually created, right? There's a bunch of wicks that actually touch there. So let's do the second one. Second one, there's obvious resistance like right here. You can see there's a bunch of wicks getting touched right here, right? There's an obvious like support zone of price right there. We'll do another one. See, you can see that there's another one in this area. There's probably another one right here. There's another one right here. There's another one here, maybe here, right? So look at the chart. That's kind of like common sense to be like, okay, where does it look like there's an obvious zone of where like, price sort of kind of, hung out for a little bit, right? So we can see that here is probably like another setup of like where where there's actually like a little like price resistance and a bunch of wicks touching each other. So we can put it right somewhere in the middle. You want to hit the most wicks possible. So you want to have your line hitting the absolute most wicks that it can. So we'll do it somewhere like right there, right? So we'll have our next line right there. We'll have our fourth one around this area. We'll have our next one down here, because obviously you guys see the little dot. The next one we'll have it right here, touching all these wicks, especially here and to the left. So we'll do it like right there, and then we'll have another one. We'll see. We'll have one more. We'll add one more just to like teach you guys. We'll have one more like right here. So this area is another. It's kind of like a common sense price area, right? So we'll do this. We'll try to hit as many wicks as possible. That's too much. We'll go right. We'll go right there. We'll put it right there. So here are your support and resistance lines, or really just your price ranges of where where price can actually go. Next, I would look at the MACD on the day chart. Currently right now, you guys can see that it's bullish. You guys see how the blue line is over the red line, and then all the little bullish candles are green. So that's basically what you can do, right? It's basically it's from top down, so you have to go top down. Right now, you guys can see on the MACD that Square tried to go down on the bearish side, but it keeps bouncing off the red line and going upwards, right? And it's still completely bullish. So on the week chart, it's bullish. relatively easy to tell. On the day chart, it's bullish because the blue line is over the red line and there's a bunch of bullish candles going there. On the 4-hour chart, still bullish. You know, you guys can see that it actually, the MACD actually gave us a signal down in the bottom. That little green dot right on the right in between the yellow line. That's like a little bearish signal. It would have actually, if you would have bought that, if you would have bought on that green dot, you would have actually bought around the 175 price zone, which would have been fantastic. You know, you would have actually bought here. Let me see if I can do a forecast for you guys of how much that would have been. You would have actually bought in it, forecast, you would have bought in it like right here. You would have purchased it right here, because you only, here's the thing, you only buy on price zones. If it retests and you want to purchase something, you're only going to buy on price zones. You're not going to buy in between. You're not going to buy here. You're not going to buy here. You're not going to buy down here. You're only going to buy where there's a red line. These are your buy zones right here. These are where you're only going to buy. So you would have bought here. If you would have held to right now, it would have been a 33 point up, and you would have made 19%. You know, on a $100 swing, that would have been $19. On $1,000, on a $1,000 swing, that would have been 190 bucks. On 10,000 bucks, that would have been a $1,900 increase. 50K would have been, fuck, I can't do the math, but you get the idea, right? So it would have been a pretty good swing just on Square by itself, right? But if you go even further down on the 1 hour, you know, you get to see that multiple times, the MACD is still bullish, right? So even right now, I would probably still purchase Square right now if you're going to be holding long term. If you're going to be doing a swing, I'd probably wait for a retest. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Yeah, so right now, it actually, you know, it just gave the bearish signal right before close. So you guys can see the little red dot that got created on the MACD on the bottom, like the way bottom indicator, there's a red dot, right? It just got created. So at this point, I wouldn't actually buy anything right now. I'd actually wait for a retest of the 199 level. And at 199, I would go ahead and purchase it. Just because everything is so bullish. You know, we got the hour bullish, the 4 hour is bullish, the day is bullish, and you got the weekly chart extremely bullish, right? It actually just retested, it bounced off, and that basically means that, you know, you're headed in a pretty solid direction. So the way that I kind of determine where I think price is going to go, it just kind of depends on the previous times that it shot up, right? So right now, you're kind of headed sort of like in the middle of the actual bull run. And you can kind of determine it from like the last couple bull runs that something usually had, right? So we can do something like, you know, the last time Square, you know, crossed over to the bullish side, you know, it went from, you know, that's where you can use, that's where you have your charts, right? That way you can actually kind of determine exactly where you think the next one is going to go. And again, it's just an estimate. It's not actually like an exact, like you know, model or number where you think it's going to go, but you know, we'll go from here, we'll go up to the highest point. So it did a 26% increase. It did a 40 point gain. So we can kind of sort of expect the same thing. We can do like a 40 point gain from here, or you can either do 40 points or you can either do a 26% gain. Especially, I'd rather go with the percentage, just because on the day chart you tend to go with percentage, not with the actual points. So we can do the same thing here. Forecast. We'll do the forecast here. So we'll do from the top point. We'll do 26%. We'll do, you know, okay, 26%, right? Close enough. So the next run that it just happened right now, it's from right here. Oh, it's actually, you know what? I completely messed up. It's actually from the bottom up. So it actually crossed, the MACD actually crossed right, like around this area and this level. So we can actually do from, no, that won't make sense. We'll do from the lowest level here. And then we'll do 26%. So 26%. Actually, that probably means that we might actually see a retracement. So that actually means that we're probably ending the bullish run, and we might actually retrace because it's doing the same percentage as it did last time, as this run up right here. So this might actually mean that that's another confluence, right? It's another kind of thing to determine that it's actually, it kind of adds to, to your like thesis, right? So this might actually be like still a really good play, but that just kind of adds to the fact that I do think more that because it already had this 26% run up, especially right here from bottom up, I do think that there's a better chance that it's gonna go down and retest the 199 level, right? Of course, it doesn't always have to do that, but that's kind of it, right? That's how you kind of forecast. That's where you kind of assume where everything's gonna go. You can kind of use fibs for this too. But as of right now, Square looks absolutely fantastic. The chart looks great. If you're looking at holding long term, there's no reason why you shouldn't buy right now. Then you guys can actually start looking at valuations of company, market caps, all that stuff. But as far as Square goes, I think it's going to keep going up. If you're going to swing this, I would probably wait for the 199 level for it to retest and then purchase and then probably sell, and then probably sell it at, I don't know, like a 5-10% gain, which would be like a 220 or something. I don't know. But yeah, I do think that Square is going to keep going up. There's no reason for it to keep dropping down. Like at least for TA, nothing supports Square being bearish. I wouldn't short this at all. If you're gonna swing this, I'd wait for the 199 level, buy it, and then sell out at like 220 for like a 10% gain. If you're holding long term, I'd buy it right now, right? Because you're holding it long term, and you'd probably still make a pretty good penny in the next 5 years or so. But yeah, Square is great. I love Square. I think it's gonna overtake PayPal, and I think it's a great swing opportunity for basically just trading in general. So I'll see you guys later. I hope this helps. At least I hope this helps you guys get better at your TA and stuff. And good luck on your swing trades and everything else that you guys do. Bye.